We're here live with Central Methodist head coach James Arnold. His team coming off 106-67 win over Graceland. And coach, anytime you can put up a century mark, I know you all have done that already previously this season, but anytime you can do that, it's got to be a pretty good feeling offensively for you.
Yeah, no question. I thought that tonight we did a lot of the things right that we've been trying to do. A lot of the things right that we've been working on so much, and sharing the basketball and playing with energy and playing with effort. We knew that Graceland was very explosive offensively, but we also knew that there were some things that we could do on our end offensively to really make them hurt. They do give up a lot of points. They score a lot of points, but they give up a lot of points. We knew that we could have a significant advantage in the paint, and I think that's how it started and ended, really.
And then going back to the first half, the one thing that caught me off guard was just how successful you all were on the inside. The last time I watched you all when you all played at home, I believe it was a three-point shooting that got you all going on a roll. Tonight it was the inside game. I don't think you made a three until it was already 22-22. Just how big was your inside presence tonight?
Well, we knew, like I said, we targeted that. One of our biggest keys of the night was paint. We had to dominate it. Graceland in the past has had one or two really big post players that's been able to do something and cause some damage and create some space issues in there for us. And they don't have that, quite frankly, this year. What they do have is a lot of 5'11" guards and forwards that can play multiple positions, which is a problem in itself. But we knew that Sammy Copeland, that Nicole, the new addition Nicole Spalding, and Taylor Cordeson could have big nights, and I think you're right. We got a lot of threes, and it looks like a lot of points because of the 15 threes, but it's all about the inside presence tonight.
I mean, looking at it, I kind of caught myself. I was like, man, it's halfway through the first half, 22-22. Were you a little bit? I know you called that early timeout because you were concerned about your defensive effort the first 2 minutes. How do you all feel that you cleaned it up after that?
Well, Graceland in itself loves to play the style of play that they, in the first 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half, they were very comfortable. It was very, open gym-ish, very loose. Roll the ball out on the floor and go. And I thought that we played into that in the first half. I did call that timeout early, which is uncharacteristic of me this year and the last couple years. Excuse me, to call that early because they're so valuable. I love to have them for late, but I didn't love our defensive intensity. We made some substitutions early, and I think that helped some people refocus and understand that we're going to have to play with some great energy because, like I said, they can really score the basketball, and we saw glimpses of that. Fortunately, we did such a good job of putting the pedal to the metal offensively. We made the extra pass all night long. We got easy baskets, and that's a backbreaker for a lot of teams. And I thought, once it got to 30, 29, 30, it just came a point where we had to hang on and keep making shots.
And taking a look here, continuing, we're still in the first half here talking about this game. The three-point shooting, it's almost like you turned the on-off switch with your inside presence and said, okay, we're going to take it outside. And I mean, kids were just hitting shots left and right. I mean, I believe I had it down. You all went on a 28-2 run at one point. Wow. And a lot of that was just, I think you all hit 8 threes during that stretch. Well, it just such a huge burst for you.
What was great is we were getting it from multiple people. Chelsea Pamir, Allison Hines hit a couple. Obviously, Morgan's a great shooter, ends up with 8 again tonight. I mean, it's incredible. But the most incredible thing, to go off your question real quick, is that, Morgan tonight got an earful about rebounding and about her defensive energy and things like that, and she brought that as well. And I'm a big believer that when you bring those energy elsewhere, the shots will fall. But no, you're right. We made a shot. I think Chelsea Pamir said it best. We were moving the ball well. We were running people in and out, keeping people fresh. And, Allison Hines comes in, who's been playing a lot better as a freshman. She comes in and hits a 3. Then the ball gets swung back around to her for another 3. And I hear Chelsea Pamir said, okay, let's get crazy, right before she releases it. And, we have the capability to score in bunches. We have the capability to score in a number of ways. We've talked about this before, but the issue for us is we're going to have to continue to bring defensive and rebounding intensity, then the shots will continue to fall.
I want to go back to your comment. I remember sitting there right next to your bench early second half, and you kind of did make that comment. This feels like open gym, ladies, open gym. Like I said, I mentioned this isn't the first time you all scored 100, but how does it feel when you all are when your offense makes it feel like this is just another day of practice?
We've been putting a lot of emphasis that we need to play a little bit looser, and I thought we did that. We've been putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that we're so strong. We have so many different ways that we can score and be dangerous. We've got to take advantage of them all. We become very one-dimensional when we're making quick passes or we're trying to turn it. And we did that in the first 5 minutes of the first half, and that's why it was a 22-22 game. We gave Graceland extra opportunities by turning it over, and we did not not want to get loose, but we also wanted to play loose, and that's a fine line between that. We've also, the coaching staff has done an incredible job, and we've got to continue. I mean, we're still towards the bottom of the league. We did make a nice move tonight, but I've seen us play this way before. I've seen us play this game against Ottawa. I've seen us play this way against Tabor. I saw us play this way against Evangel. I saw us play this way against Columbia College. So I've seen this episode before. So how can we change? And going right back into tomorrow in practice, we're going to get right into them, and we're going to go right after them, because we cannot be satisfied with tonight. We've got a ton more work to do, and we've got to find a way to do it. So we can't be happy with just where we're at.
All right, Coach, I'm going to throw some numbers at you. Field goal percentage tonight, 55%. Rebounds, 58 to 24 for Graceland, and team assists, 31. I mean, I probably could throw a lot more numbers at you, but out of those three, which one probably impresses you the most?
The rebounding number, because I think so much of it, the shooting percentage as well as the assists, are predicated on that number. That's also where we are struggling the most. Now, I will tell you, those numbers look really good, but Graceland's without a post presence. We're going to go up to Peru State, who played pretty well tonight against Baker. Peru State, who beat a Mid-American Nazarene team that's very, very good. We're going on a long trek up there where you leave at 5 or 6 in the morning or something crazy, and we've got to go up there and play with a couple really long forwards, a really athletic forward, a senior kid, the Orem kid, and we're going to have to, or Peterson kid, I'm sorry, we're going to have to go to work and make sure that we're rebounding when a team has other long athletic forwards. But I think the rebounding number is the most important number for me, because everything else, we got a lot of threes, we got a lot of easy putbacks, all based on those rebounding numbers.
You've already mentioned Morgan's play tonight. I thought Taylor had a great night, 10 of 13 shooting. 5 players in double figures, and I mean the big ones, Allison Hines getting 12 points off the bench, Chelsea Paneer with 12 points, 4 of 8 from 3, and as you mentioned earlier, Nicole Spalding, I mean, she was 1 rebound away from double-double, so it's not just the Morgan Better or the Taylor Cornelius show.
Well, and and McDowell didn't have a great shooting night, but still did some good things. We got her back in. She was able to hit one late. Allison Hines is continuing to get better. She was on the floor against Avila in a big road win. She was on the floor late in the game, played 25, 26 minutes in that game, had a ton of impact as a freshman. Nicole Spalding is starting to look more and more like she's more comfortable. I mean, she's been here 3.5 weeks, and she's starting to look like she's been here for a couple months. I thought Dejanay Hell looked more comfortable tonight as she continues to get better. And, overall, it's one of those really good nights that we feel good about. We know that we're very dangerous. We know that we have a lot of ability to do some things, but we cannot stop working hard. We cannot stop grinding, and we cannot stop doing the extra effort.
And as you mentioned earlier, this is for you all. This is moving week. I know that's one thing you all have been preaching all week. That big move was going from 2 to 5 to 3 to 5 in the conference. You wrap up the first round of games against opponents Saturday at Peru State, as you mentioned. And like you said, they may be at the bottom of the conference, but they knocked off the top team in the conference a few weeks back. You only got 1 day to work about that one before you head into Saturday's contest. What are some of the keys that it's going to take for you all to come out the win and get to the halfway point for?
Well, I mean, so much. Being on the road is so tough in this league, as you know and as you've seen, and all conference play at all levels is. The good news is Peru State is very similar to Graceland. They can really score. They have a lot of weapons offensively, so there won't be a ton of change there. They are a little bit stronger in the post. They are a little bit more. They are a little bit deeper, if you will, in the post. They have a couple of athletes that can really go. They added the Bowser kid, Riley Bowser, who is a familiar face for me because I recruited her to Highland, signed her, and then took the job here. She's now at Peru State, and we know that she could be very dangerous. So, I mean, this is a game where, they look at us and they see us at 3 and 5 and think this is a great opportunity for us to get another league win. And it's a little bit different place for us, but we've got to be hungry. We've got to do the little things. And like we've been talking about, moving week, we need to continue to pack our stuff and move north.
All right, that was Central Methodist with the 160-67 win tonight over Graceland. Coach, congratulations on the win. Best of luck to you on Saturday.
Hey, we appreciate it, Greg Jackson.